The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host and or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of the host and or Paranormal Buzz Radio and or its sponsors. Use of any material produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is prohibited. Paranormal Buzz Radio will not be held responsible for you holding your knees, crying, and rocking in a corner in a puddle of your own urine, or being beheaded by a group of children in a cornfield. In fact, if you come across a group of children in a cornfield, we promise to make fun of you as you run away screaming in terror. Listener discretion is advised. You are now entering the all-consuming realm of Shay's Paranormal Chat, where the things that are better left unsaid are actually said.
Shut up and sit down.
You're listening to Shay's Paranormal Chat. Paranormal podcasting done Shay's way. Tons of fun.
Dude, seriously?
A bit sarcastic.
Hashtag investigator, not hunter.
But always real.
Hashtag data, not evidence.
Don't get your panties in a twist.
Oh my god, really?
This is real, raw conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show.
Good evening, everybody, and as always, TGIF, and I really mean that today. It's been a very long week, and thank God I have my beautiful BFF and co-host, Kelly McCarville.
I thought you were going to talk about the dog sitting in your lap, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to ignore her, but she does look cute, though, doesn't she?
I about spilled my water. She does. She's the cutest little hairless fluff ball in the world.
Yes. Yeah, so anybody that's listening, my dog's sick, so we are coddling her tonight, literally. She actually, funny story, she actually got sick. Rebecca and I record our Sunday show every Tuesday, and we're in the middle of recording the show because it's pre-recorded, and all of a sudden the dog has like explosive diarrhea.
Ew.
Like I'm like, uh-oh, pause. Like it was bad. So yeah, not that will ever make the blooper reel, but it is true.
But you never know.
With me, you never know. I could get bored and just be like, hey, look what Rebecca puts up with.
Listen to this.
Yeah. Oh, it was bad.
Oh, too much fun. Too much fun.
So
you never knew, did you guys?
Yeah.
You're gonna tune in, and we're gonna talk about explosive diarrhea. There you go. Happy Friday.
Hey, I have 5 kids. Dog diarrhea doesn't bother me that much.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, our 100th episode.
What? That is 100 shows of craziness and out of control. And how many one-liners are in those 100 shows? That would be hilarious to figure that out.
I think Benji coined it the best. Shay's Shit Show.
Shay's Shit Show. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should potentially just change our name because that is phenomenal. But
I know, but it would take too much work to change all the banners.
Oh God, it would be no.
So.
No official changes.
Yeah, but
no official changes.
I proudly claim that.
So 100 episodes. That's craziness, lady.
I know. And
that's just your show.
And it should be more, but I had to take so much time off this year. Actually, technically it's 101, but we hid that one episode.
Yeah, no, that one doesn't count. We're just going to pretend that never happened.
Yeah, it's not a public episode, so this is 100, and I had the 7 or 8 on the other network, but 100 episodes on this network. That's crazy.
I was thinking earlier before we were getting ready on the show, I'm like, I wonder how many of those I've been with her for. And then I'm like, I wonder how many of them I should have been with her for.
There's a distinct difference there.
There is. Because there's a number from the date that you started with me to now, and then how many of those have I missed? Because,
Yeah, but it's not like you canceled.
Well, no, but still,
You give yourself a little credit, That was the agreement we came to, and I'm still happy about it. Like,
you, however, my dear, have done all 100 episodes.
No, that's not true. Kim and Ellison filled in on one of those.
Oh, you know what? I do think I remember that.
I could not cancel. It was like I don't know, very short time before the show, and it was just I hadn't missed a show yet, and I had already rescheduled this person. So Kim and Ellison filled in for me.
Huh. I forgot about that.
Yeah. So, other than that, I've done them all.
Close enough.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah. Darren says,
So,
time flies when you're having fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, you didn't know what we were going to talk about, but I was thinking of questions, because that's what I do.
Well, I don't think. We all know that. That's hence the Shade Shit Show.
Shh. Actually, the questions are more for you just because you've been for all the shows. So you have 100 shows.
Yep.
100 shows. And I know this is going to be hard, and whatever her answer is, nobody get offended. What would you say would be some of your most favorite shows?
Hands down, it's Booze, Boobs, and Booze.
That was a fun show.
It was. And then I like the drinking game, and I also like the prize giveaway episode we did.
Oh yeah.
See, I'm not hurting anybody's feelings.
Well, there you go.
I'm patting myself on the back because those were all about me.
I would ask you what your least favorite show is, but
we know
that would be the one that was deleted.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And it wasn't. It wasn't even. Let us just state. It wasn't a difference of opinion. It was more or less that this person was 1,000% right and would hear nothing else, and it was ridiculous. Like
it was a little out of control. So it's all good. It's all good, but I don't know. We've covered so many different topics. I was looking back through the list of the shows just to kind of see what's some of the topics that we've covered, and there's so many. There's so many different things.
There's not too many we haven't done yet that we want to do.
Yeah.
We've done a few that we didn't even want to do, and it just happened. So.
Yeah. Those are sometimes the fun ones, though. You always get a little leery when someone reaches out to you and says, "Hey, have me on your show." Yeah. Because then you're like, "Oh shit, who's this?" Well,
and then
some of those have turned out really good, though.
And then I'm the co-owner of the network, so if nobody else wants a show, sometimes I get it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously I could say no, but Kelly knows me. It's hard for me to say no.
Yeah. Just a little bit. Just a wee bit. So, I was also thinking this would be a great time, because I know we've answered questions on specific topics here and there.
Yep.
But guys, this is our free-for-all. This is our show to just kind of answer questions and talk about whatever the hell everybody wants to. So if you guys have questions about previous shows, about any topic, about us, within reason, I'm willing to answer them at least.
Yeah. I'm willing to answer most questions, and the ones I don't want to answer, I'm very honest about. Nope, pass.
No.
I hear a truck backing up. That was loud. I can hear it.
Is that what that little bitty beeping was?
I can hear it
just
through my
earbuds.
Yeah.
It wasn't that loud on my side, so. No. Too funny.
Well, that's good. No, Darren, Darren sent, 104 questions? And I'm like, Darren, I told you before, not only do I not want to answer them all, I didn't even read them all, because that was crazy.
I think he sent the same list to Chris.
Yes.
Because I know Chris has got some massive big list from him, too. So.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they're good questions. I just didn't have time to read.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, we just throw in random questions here and there and answer them as we go. But,
yeah.
I think...
Hi, Nick.
So
Hi,
I'm
Kim.
going to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
Because we've been doing the show forever. You've been doing the show for 100 shows. And I know we talk about this and that. We throw our opinion in there every once in a while. But this, I think, is a great opportunity for us to get to re-know Shay.
I need to know Shay. I need to get to know Shay.
Well, here you go. I'm going to ask you questions then.
All right, hold on. Hey, hello, Mama Deb. Hello, Mama Pat. Hi, Nick. Hi, Kim. Darren. I think I got everybody else, but I just wanted to throw those out there. All right. Oh, geez. Now I'm on the hot seat.
That's right. And then I did this on purpose without telling you because you'd have fretted if I'd have told you ahead of time.
No, I just would have drank.
Oh, sorry. Well, just pour a little booze in your coffee cup. You'll be fine.
Oh, yeah.
So share with us, how did you get into the paranormal?
The investigation side of it.
What made you interested in the paranormal?
I can remember experiences way back since I was very little, a toddler. Weird things. So that's what it's not that I didn't know any different. It was just always there. It just always happened.
So what then made you decide that you wanted to start investigating it?
Well, I had already started editing stuff for people and that type of stuff. And then, my famous line here, I met a guy. He was a paranormal investigator. Started investigating with him. The guy's long gone, but I'm still investigating. So,
sometimes you have to be forced into the direction you're supposed to go.
Exactly. But yeah, my mother just said born into it. And now people always think I'm joking, and I always get the age wrong. But when I was 9 months old, I could talk in full sentences, paragraphs, and my mother was not religious, still isn't. I had never heard about God or anything, and I told her, hey, I died. I think it was the night before. Hey, I died last night, and I went up this white staircase, and I met God. Use the word God. And he said I had to come back. I couldn't stay. So that was right off the gate weird, unusual. I probably never heard the word.
How you were talking that well at 9 months old. That's craziness.
I know that, which is harder to believe that I could talk that way. I really could, or that I said that story. So
yeah, that's See, and there's so many things that make me think how can people deny reincarnation?
Right.
Okay, obviously you were born remembering some of that knowledge, not just that the memory and stuff, but you were able to talk. You came out older than a baby. You know what I mean?
I came out of my mother's vajayjay older than I probably am right now.
I said that from the very beginning. My oldest, I gave birth to an 80-year-old man, and he's just kind of stayed that way forever. Yeah. And Maddie was the same way. She'd always look at us when she was a baby like, you poor unknowing humans. It's like. Yeah.
And then I had a near-death experience at 18 months old. So, yeah, just weird stuff. And that's not necessarily paranormal, but just weird, unusual stuff. And then it led to other things. And famously, I tell the story of finally, after a while, this stuff kept happening and kept seeing a shadow walk by the window, and I thought my aunt was trying to scare me. My aunt's 4.5 years older than me. And so I finally said to my grandma, is this really happening? Can all this stuff be? Because I really thought, because she's a douchebag. My aunt, not my grandmother. I really thought she was trying to.
I'm like, damn.
No, my aunt. So I really thought she was just trying to scare me because all this other stuff was going on. And my grandmother the floodgates came down, and boom. It was like, okay. Yep, so. And I don't even think I was a teenager. My mother will have to put in chat how old I was. I wasn't even, and I started reading everything and anything I could on the paranormal, from Bigfoot, UFOs, you name it. Anything I could.
That's why you and Mom and Pat get along, because you both read like a million bazillion books.
Yeah, but she can still retain information. Since that blood vessel popped in my head, I can't remember anything. Like, it takes me a lot longer. I used to have almost a photographic memory, but not so much anymore.
See, and I don't know what my problem is, and Mom and I have talked about this before, but like, I can remember certain things from being young, but I don't have like super specific memories from being young. Anything before like the age of 10, I remember some things, but I don't remember them the way that other people do.
Mine is short-term memory. I have no short-term. I can remember. I can still explain the house we lived in when I was like 3. Like room by room, the decor, what you walked into. And in order to remember stuff, like learning stuff, I have to read it. It can't just be said to me.
Yeah.
I have to actually read it.
But even that's a great example, because like I spent the first 10 years of my life in one house, and I can tell you the setup of the house. Like, you walk in and our bedroom was right immediately to your left, and you were in the living room. You go forward into the dining room, and my mom's room was to the left. I can tell you the setup of it, but I can't even tell you like what color the carpet was or any of the decorations. Sorry, my cat is playing with my thunder bucket.
That's fine.
Cat.
Hi, Fred. Thanks for joining us.
It's not technically a thunder bucket. I'll explain it. Hi, Fred. Thank you for coming in. Hope you're feeling good.
I hope you're feeling well, yeah.
So I call this thing, I should explain, because I call it a thunder bucket, and to some people a thunder bucket is something entirely different.
I've never heard it either way, so.
So a thunder bucket used to be, so back before there was indoor plumbing, people would have a chamber pot in their rooms.
Yeah.
So they could go to the bathroom without having to go outside, right? And a lot of times they were metal or whatever, and they'd sit down to do their business, and it would sound like thunder. So it became a thunder bucket. So that's always what I call the thunder bucket. For whatever reason, I call this my thunder bucket, because it's hollow and it looks like kind of a tube, but it sounds like thunder. But yeah, when I say quit playing with my thunder bucket, people are going to think things entirely different. Isn't that cool, though?
It is. I like it. I like it.
Sorry. My cat was messing with it.
That's fine. My dog, I think, is snoring, so.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, I've wondered that a lot of times as far as not being able to remember things when I was little. And I know it drives Mom crazy, because she's like, well, don't you remember this and don't you remember that? And I remember, like, one of the prime examples is every year we would go to this certain little park. And I remember going. And I remember we went more than once. And I remember that we went often. But she's like, we went every single year, multiple times a year. Do you not remember that? And I'm like, no. I mean, I remember going,
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something wrong with my memory, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but I can't remember.
My life.
My short-term memory is now gone because I have every memory from, like, it's just crazy the stuff I can remember.
I wish I could.
Excuse
I
me.
could remember more. I was gonna say we have a few questions.
Okay.
I'm
having trouble reading even more than normal. I can't hold the dog from falling, so I'm trying.
You're all good.
Okay.
Darren wants to know, how do you say Sherry Ann Carroll holding your tongue? I'm not sure why, but I just want you to say it without thinking about reining in your accent, because it cracks me up.
so confused by his question. I'm getting better since you guys, for the past 2 years, have been hounding me about this. Sherry Ann Carroll.
See, that's no fun.
Yeah.
It's when you get excited about something, or you get frustrated about something, or you literally are just not thinking about it. That's when it comes out good.
Yeah. Or drinking.
That too.
Yeah.
That too. There's certain words though that you still can't get away with.
No.
No matter how much you say them.
No. I'm Massachusetts all through and through.
What has been your favorite question that has stuck with you?
Like, personally?
I would guess from the shows. What's been your favorite question or favorite quote?
My favorite question has to be the one object you don't want haunted. Because that's just awesome. And my favorite quote has nothing to do with a famous person or the show. It has to do with an old-time friend that said it once, and it's always stuck, and I say it to my kids. You have a better chance of seeing God.
Okay.
Like, hey.
Just in general, I was waiting for like the second half of that sentence. You have a better chance of seeing God than
whatever the question is.
I caught up eventually. It just took me a second.
Yeah. That's my favorite. That is my favorite. Are you answering any of these, or is this all about me?
No, this is all about you. This is called Shay's Paranormal Chat, woman.
See, I knew I should have drank.
Nah, I don't care. I just thought I'd throw some questions at you.
Well, I always get to ask you questions, whether you're the guest on the show or other things, so this is weird for me. I don't know if you've ever, like, I was on your show, The Realm Walker, but it was more of a mutual conversation. It wasn't like, I don't like being the center of attention. It's hard.
But I think it's interesting, and I think part of the reason that I'm asking the questions, though, is because, I mean, people do get to know us a little bit through the shows, and they get to hear us say what our opinions are here and there, but, like, you've done 100 episodes, and we've never highlighted you.
Aww.
So, that doesn't seem right.
Aww.
We would highlight you. So, what made you decide to start podcasting?
It was on accident.
You just, oh shit, I hit a live button and now I have to talk, or what?
Well, it was it was a slow, gradual process, but I think somehow I ended up on these panel things, like 3 times a month. And it was like right away, like, hadn't even been investigating, but like I said, I've been researching this stuff a long time. And then I started guesting, and then I started filling in. And, sorry, Kate just came in. And then I became a co-host, and so 3 years after it all began, they finally convinced me to do my own show, and so it began, and
then that wasn't enough. You weren't staying busy enough, so you decided to start a network and
No. See, after they finally convinced me to do my own show, and Matt, the co-owner of Paranormal Buzz Radio, who I've known for a very long time, actually helped me out with the equipment and helped me set up and all this stuff. I got 3 shows in and found out the network was closing. So then I'm like, okay, we just spent all this time, all this money. Now what do we do? So he's like, okay, I'll sponsor you. And Here you go. But then a few of the other people on BTLN didn't have places to go. So Matt's not feeling well, Darren. I just saw that. So then he's like, no, it's not, let's do that. And I was like, okay, but not as a sponsor. You have to be my partner in this. Like 50-50, like, you deserve this as much as I do. And so that's where it began. It's been almost, 2.5 years?
That's craziness.
The first show was October 1st. So 2 years and 3 months, whatever. But the network actually started before that, just didn't air yet.
That's crazy. You do so much for people. I don't think that, I know people know that you do a lot, but I don't think that people understand the amount of work that you put behind things. You know, the things that you're doing in the background that nobody can see, and how you take care of all of us, you know? I mean,
I try.
Every single banner that comes out the door, guys, that comes from Shay, not just from our show, but for all of Paranormal Buzz. And she helps run the shows, and she herds the stray hosts who can't seem to get their shit together and get her guests and titles and all that sort of stuff. And
it is a lot. I mean, just the social media aspect is a lot. Like, we're on Tumblr, I think that's how you say it. We're on Pinterest, 2 Twitter accounts, 2 Facebook accounts. I have 2 Instagram accounts. Actually, I have more than that, but I'm just saying for Paranormal Buzz Radio. And I could go on and on. Just the social media is crazy amount of time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So
Crazy.
But I love helping people, so it makes me happy.
Well, you do good.
I try.
You do good.
I really try.
I think we've had some pretty awesome shows.
We have.
And I think the thing that I like about it is, like, we go into most every topic that we're doing knowing something about it, but there's so many shows that we've done that I'm just like, I did not know that, or I've never thought of it this way, or just that I mean, there's been several shows that I know I'm sitting back and I'm barely talking because I'm just kind of like, my brain's going a mile a minute thinking about the things that they're saying and the topics that we're discussing. I'm just kind of like, wow. Which I'm sure makes for a great show. But
that's what I like most about podcasting is hearing other perspectives, the different side of the opinion that makes you think. Even if you still come back to, okay, I still believe what I believe. But if something makes you think, I think it's well worth the time to talk about.
Yeah.
And we do it in a funny way sometimes. But we definitely make you think. Or at least scratch your head and wonder, what the hell is she talking about now?
I'm pretty sure we've made people say that more than once.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell are they talking about?
Yeah. And sadly, those shows are usually higher ratings than the normal ones. Like, oh, I swear that they must be like, oh, you have to listen to what they talked about this time. Because if nothing else, I'm very real on these.
Well, that's probably why your Booze, Boobs, and State Lines is your favorite one, because that was more than a little out of control.
Yeah, but it was fun. And it showed a different side of us. Or a little bit more of the side that they know.
Yeah. I was trying to decide if that was a good thing. Yeah. I'm just glad there was not a video camera there. That's all I'm saying.
In the back of your car or on the show itself?
If we had a camera in the back of my car that night, we would have had to make it X-rated, woman.
Oh,
Somebody had her boobs out.
No, I did not. I just kind of looked down and said, oh, my boobs look good. They did look good. You even said it, though. That bra was amazing. I don't know what happened to it.
Oh, my God. Sorry. Sometimes I forget we're on a show when we're talking, and I almost say things, and then it's like, I probably shouldn't share that on the air, because nobody gives a rat's ass that I snapped the wire in my favorite bra, but, you know.
I'd care. Hey, at least you think about it before you say it. Unlike me, who thinks about it, like, after the show ends, I'm like, wait a minute, did I really say that tonight? Yeah, I did.
Well, yeah. So y'all can tune into this or tune out if you want, that's fine. But I had this bra that made my boobs go pa-pow, and it broke. And I'm really sad. It made me look like I had teenage boobs again.
Hey, women of our age, good bras are hard to come by.
They are.
They really are.
That's all right. I'll find another one, I suppose, eventually. Or I'll just go without. Shit, I'm working from home. I never leave the house. Why do I need one? Yeah.
I think I said it after the show ended, Monday night that I was on. But let me tell you, if I'm live on air, the camera's just right. I don't have a bra on right now. Nobody can see it. Who cares? Oh, thank you, Kim. Thank you, Nick.
I muted myself and I couldn't get back off mute.
Oh.
I'm back, I think.
I can hear you.
Good.
Yeah.
So do we have plans coming up? I mean, I know that you said that you've got some guests scheduled, and you usually just tell me like a week in advance because I can't hardly keep track of myself as it is. What do we have coming up for like topics and guests? Anything different, new and exciting?
Yeah, next week we're going to be talking about Irish folklore and fairies.
Ooh. That's
one we have not done yet.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, it does.
See, that's definitely going to be one of those. I know a little bit about it, but not a ton, so I'll probably just be like, wow.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. So, no, this was somebody that was scheduled a couple months ago there, and then I was having internet problems. I had to reschedule. So, this has been on the books for a while. And I tell you her name, Morgan D. I can't remember her last name. So, but she's an author. So
it's all good.
It'll be fun.
I'm trying to think what show topics we haven't. Ooh, I kicked my table. Sorry if you guys heard that.
I talk with my hands. I hit the mic all the time. So.
I think I broke one of our mics. Oh, you were on with us when I did that. I knocked it off the table and it stopped working.
It was kind of funny.
I don't think Chris found me amusing, but...
I did. Sorry, Chris.
You know.
I found her amusing.
You know. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't break something every couple months, then I don't know what to do with myself.
Right?
Lucky for us, we had a backup, though, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Oh,
you just got excited to see me and you punched the mic and it flew and...
I'm always excited to see you.
Yeah.
I'm a little jealous of the dog right now. I'm still waiting to do a show with me sitting in your lap, but...
I know. Next year at Gettysburg.
Next year at Gettysburg. There you go.
Yeah.
It will be a special episode.
It will.
Tune in.
And everybody will have to guess. I'll be the ventriloquist. Kelly will be on my lap, and everybody will have to guess where my hand is.
The visual of that is so very...
It wouldn't be me. It wouldn't be me. I would not be me without saying at least one, you know. At least.
All I can see is you putting on like one of those great big farmer cow gloves.
Oh. I'm going to cry.
Oh my God, that's just wrong in oh so many ways.
Oh, but great. Oh. It is so wrong, but still great. I don't care.
All right. Let me see. What are the questions that we have in here? So I'm sure there's more.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling.
My arm's falling asleep. I might have to switch arms here soon.
Oh, I'm like, what? I forgot. Feel better, Fred, and let us know how things are going. Darren's got a good question. Who's the one guest you haven't had on that we're looking for that's hard to get?
Nobody.
There's nobody who's like I would love to have this person on my show?
No, not really. I mean, there's a lot of people that would be like, oh, that'd be awesome, but I like talking to people on the same level as me. I like giving I like talking to famous people and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong. But I just enjoy the people that don't normally get a voice more. I like giving them those opportunities. So, I could rattle off a bunch of famous names, but is that stupid?
No, I think that's good. I mean, everybody needs to start somewhere, and everybody is whatever they're passionate about, they like to talk about it. They like to share that information. So having that platform, somebody who's willing to say, hey, I know that you're not a celebrity, but we'd love to have you come on and talk about this. I think that's great. Because it gives people that opportunity.
What if I didn't get those early chances?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be doing this right now. So I love talking to people. Nick Pisciuta and Sue. I got them on Introspection for the first time. It was their first podcast. And they're regulars. Because everybody knows I absolutely love them. But who doesn't? So, it's just those little voices that don't get heard much or don't get heard enough. That's a better way to phrase it. They don't get heard enough. So.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. Kim, you work on getting Zach Baggins on my show. We'll see how that goes.
How funny would that be? I mean,
I would treat him like everybody else. I'd be respectful. I might do a couple, but.
I just wondered how long it would be until one of us screwed up. And
said it?
Yeah. And said something that, yeah.
All right, here's something I've never said on air before. And I probably mean this more than anything I've ever said on air before. If you come on my show without ever listening to one of my shows, it's on you, brother.
That is your fault.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but I listen to things before I go on them most of the time.
Yeah. Most of the time, I try to at least listen to part of it or know the person. Or
that's different if you know them. Yeah.
Yeah. So that way I can feel like I at least have an idea what I'm getting into.
Exactly. So if somebody comes on my show and they're like, "Oh my God," well, sorry, not sorry.
I take zero responsibilities for this.
Yeah. It doesn't change. Other times I'm just quiet because there's no right response, so I say nothing. And it's like, okay, nothing at all.
I think that has probably been some of my favorite moments during our shows, where we have a guest who finally says something and we just don't have a response, because we know damn well if we respond, it's not going to go well. And I can see it in your face, and I'm sure you can see it in mine too, I'm just going to shut up.
Yeah.
But it's like you said, we don't always have to agree with what our guests are saying. But there's been very few that I'm just kind of like, oh, that's just not right. Because who am I to say that? I don't know.
There's a difference in opinion and then downright crazy. Like, I'm the good kind of crazy. I'm fun. I still am rational. Thinking, maybe not talking.
Until she gets a certain level of tequila in her.
Yeah. Tequila and Shay make for a good time, as Kelly found out.
It was a good time.
It was. We had a great time.
That's right. Screw them if they can't take a joke. We were having fun.
Hey, everybody else that came in contact with us had fun that night, too. The wait staff at every bar we went to liked us.
I would like to think so. And if they didn't, we didn't know any better.
Yeah, because they pretended really good.
Oh.
You know,
Yeah.
I have to bring up again that I find it so funny that the last show I co-hosted on Introspection, the very last show, you were the guest. And then my very first show on BTLN of Shay's Paranormal Chat, you were my guest. And then my first show on Shay's Paranormal Chat on this network, you were my guest. And then, 5 episodes later, you were the co-host?
Was that all the further it was?
I'd have to go back, but yeah, it was pretty quick. Yeah.
Oh, well, I've been there for most of them then.
Yeah, you have. That's what you don't give yourself enough credit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know. That's because the time has just flown by.
It has. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yes. No, it's been good. I just remember when you asked me, and I'm like, hell yeah, I want to do this. And then I'm like, well, but wait a minute.
Yeah.
I'm like, I really need to full disclaimer her first so she knows what she's getting into.
Yeah.
And I know you said it was okay, but I felt so bad, this last year, obviously, but the year before that, I'm like, so for the next 2 months, I'll be there one Friday.
Yeah, but before you agreed to be the co-host, you're like, yes, but I have a lot of engagements on Friday nights. And I'm like, that's fine. I'll take you some of the time rather than none of the time. Because I didn't have a co-host. It's not like you replaced somebody. It was just like, I need you.
Yeah, and I tried. I mean, when I could be there on Fridays, if I didn't have to be gone on Fridays, I would. But there were times I was traveling to wherever I had to be Saturday.
And we even tried to do a couple car ones, but that doesn't always work.
Where was I heading?
Somewhere with Chris, one of the times. Canada? Where'd you go?
We went up to Canada, but he wasn't with me on the drive up there. No, I want to say we were heading south somewhere. I have no idea, but I remember doing it.
I was trying to do the never eat shredded wheat thing on the map, but I couldn't remember what Iowa was, but now I remember.
Never eat shredded wheat?
You never learned that in school?
No!
To remember the map thing? Northeast.
Yeah, I mean, I caught up with what you were saying, but no, I've never heard it like that before.
I have a whole bunch of little things like that. That's how I remember things. That's what, yeah.
Never eat shredded wheat.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
I learned that in second grade, and it just always stuck.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to ask Chris, because I don't remember, but I want to say we were heading south somewhere. But yeah, I thought it would work, but it just didn't go so well.
What?
I tried. The time that I called into the show. And
I thought you meant you being on the show. I'm like, well, you stayed around long enough. You picked a weird time to quit.
Hey, boss, I forgot to tell you, but I'm putting in my 0 days notice.
No, we have fun, but we do cover some heavy topics. But I just like to keep it a little bit light or crazy.
I think it's good, though. I mean, there's so many shows, in my opinion, and guys, this is all just my opinion, but there's so many shows that are people are so careful to be PC, and they're so careful to
be prim and proper.
And they'll agree with the guest even if they really don't, just so they can make it look good for the guest. And it's that's not how we are, we're just if they say something we don't agree with, it's I understand where you're coming from, but I don't know, we need more shows that keep it real. And I think that a lot of the shows on Paranormal Buzz does that. I
think so too.
We are who we are, and love us or hate us. I'm sure there's people out there who hate us as much as there's people out there that love us, but this is who we are.
Yeah, and sometimes I'm quiet. It also depends on how I feel, because I have medical issues, but sometimes I'm just quiet if I don't agree, and sometimes I can ask those hard questions. It just all depends on the mood. But if I haven't taken down the episode you were on as a guest, that means it wasn't that bad, because I have no issues. That means I have no issues taking it down. everybody has a right to their opinions, their beliefs, their feelings, and I try to respect that as much as possible.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I agree. Just means I respect you for having your own beliefs.
Yeah. It's interesting to hear the different viewpoints, though.
It is. It really is. I think so.
Anyways, what other questions do you guys have for us?
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
Nick says I'm easy to talk to. I'm very easy to talk to. I'm just not very easy to listen to.
I would disagree. You're very easy to talk to and you're very easy to listen to. The thing that's hard about you is getting you to talk about yourself.
I hate it. I hate it.
But you're a show host, damn it.
I've gotten better over the past 6 months.
You really have, actually.
I've done so many shows in the past 6 months, as a guest. And I forget sometimes, and I'll be on somebody else's show, and halfway through I'll be like, so, what do you think of this? And, oh, how did you get started? I'm like, oops, wait, it's your show. Sorry.
Wait a minute. I'm supposed to be the guest this time. I'll shut up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
I don't know. It's funny because, I don't know what it is about our show, but, when we're doing our show, for whatever reason, I can keep up with you and read chat, and I'm not, missing things either way. And I think part of that has to do with the fact that, we're the same person. But Chris gets frustrated with me because we'll be on our show on Wednesday night, and he's talking about something, and I'm trying to read chat and keep up with that, and I've, missed what he said.
Yeah.
We're
also
really sorry.
You guys are next to each other, and we're face to face, and we've been doing live shows for so long. We know, I think we can read each other's body language, but you guys aren't looking directly at each other. So you know
I wonder if that has something to do with it.
I do, because you can tell when I'm distracted. My daughter can be as quiet as hell like she just was a few minutes ago, and I'm turned around. You can see that I'm distracted, and you pick up the slack, or you know when there's a subject I don't like to talk about, and you pick up the slack, and I know when,
yep.
Oh, don't let Kelly talk. I'll be like, blah, 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 blah. Don't let her get a word in edgewise,
When Kelly's about to say something inappropriate, Shay doesn't let her speak.
Depends on if, But no, I think that you guys are next to each other, and you're not necessarily looking at each other, reading each other's body language. But when you do it through Skype, you have no choice. You have to read the body language.
You know
really
what? And
do.
I had never thought of that before. We may have to do that on Wednesday. Set us up across from each other and see if that makes a difference.
It might.
Because, as I'm looking at the screen and I'm reading chat and trying to keep up with what's being said there and answering questions, I can still see you.
Yeah, and I also know if I miss something, my chat people, it's Sha. Okay? See Sha? Did you hear how I said that? I didn't say Shay, I said Sha.
Yeah.
That's what my family doesn't say Shay. They call me Sha.
Go ahead.
I just meant, I know if I miss something, they're not going to get mad, and you're there to recover what I missed.
To recover.
Yeah, you are. So.
Well, and it's funny because, so everybody calls you Shay, and even you refer to yourself as Shay. And so it was a little while into us getting to know each other that I realized that your family doesn't call you that, And so now sometimes as I'm talking to you, if I call you Shay, I stop and think, that's not really what she goes by. But yeah, you do, and I'm just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It feels weird to call you Sherry Ann. Sherry Ann.
Yeah.
I would maybe do it more if I could get the accent down, because then I would do it just to have fun.
Yeah, even less people call me Sherry, so.
Yeah, Sherry doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
You know how certain names fit people?
Yeah.
You don't seem like a Sherry.
No, I think Shay fits really good. And it was all because of when I was a preteen, that's how I spelled it, S-H-E-A. I didn't know how to spell Sha. It's not even a name, it's a sound, Sha.
Sha.
So that's how I spelled it, and then as I got later teens, my friends would see it for the first time ever, I put on a video game we were playing. And they're like, what the fuck does that say? I'm like, this is Sha. They're like, that says Shay, and it's stuck.
Yep.
So.
Shaw's Paranormal Shit Show doesn't have as good a ring as Shay's Paranormal Shit Show.
And I have a name for every personality I have, is what it is.
And boy, are there a lot. Oh, did I say that out loud?
Especially when you add tequila.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Thank you, Darren.
I was going to say, was yours the woo-woo or is mine? But no, you were drinking straight margarita. I think we were drinking the woo-woos.
I had a woo-woo and a margarita.
Did you have a woo-woo? Okay.
I think
that's what Mama Pat and I were drinking, were the woo-woos.
I think half the issue was at each bar we went to, including the restaurant, I had a different drink at each.
Oh, we'd had a lot before we ever left the restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I would not trade that day for anything. Or that weekend, whatever,
Yep. It was good. It was good. Anyhow,
any last questions? What we got?
I think they all know us, and they just aren't asking any questions. I expected them to hit us with like some hard-hitting questions.
Well, sometimes I scare Darren.
I didn't know that Darren's scared.
If anybody could scare him, I guess it would be me. But
I don't know. Let's see. What other questions do I have for you?
Get them out now. It's your last chance.
What is your... Oh, bullshit. I'll ask you. You know what? You just signed yourself up for me asking you a question every single show.
Yeah, hey.
What has been your favorite place to investigate?
Oh, that changes all the time. I think it depends on which personality comes out. No,
People are seriously going to think like you are a split personality person.
Anybody that knows me already questions it. There's like right before we came on air, I'm like, lethargic and I don't feel good, and like hit the live button, and I'm like, all right, you know. Yeah.
Somebody put a nickel in her.
I don't know. I always have trouble with this question because it depends. And then I feel bad for having a favorite place that might be haunted if the spirits... I overthink things. So, like, I'm, like, thinking, if I'm enjoying this place and a poor spirit's stuck here with no choice, but how do we know they're stuck there without a choice? Maybe they want to be here. And it goes down a rabbit hole. This is why I ask the questions. I don't answer them.
In my opinion, the majority of the spirits that are out at locations are not stuck. Literally, I can count them on one hand, the number of spirits that I've encountered that are stuck someplace.
Yeah, I agree, but
they can't go someplace else, so if that helps any.
I liked Madame Cherie's Castle. That's one of my favorite places to go. One of my newer places, Wilson's Castle, which is an actual real castle.
I want to get there.
Oh, yeah. You almost made it to the last one, but it was a week off.
Yeah.
There's so many. The other issue is my memory sucks, and I can't remember. Laconia State School is one of my all-time favorite places to go because you can go in the rain, snow, anytime. Love that place. Yeah, this just...
Do you have any place that's ever, like, scared the shit out of you that you just would not go back?
Yeah, I have one. Hoosac Tunnel, and I believe it's Massachusetts. But it's not because of paranormal. It's a train track tunnel with live tracks. Okay. And the EMF was so high it made me sick.
Oh.
I would never go back in there. Would never go back. Like, so bad, I, like, panicked and threw up and cried, and I was like, we have to leave. But we just traveled 3 hours to get there, but nope, we have to leave. But it was just I physically got sick from the EMF. If the EMF gets to a certain point, I can actually feel it in my hands. I don't know if anybody else understands that. And this was above and beyond that. Like, it literally made me sick.
Yeah, I think there's just certain things that people are more sensitive to. I can't tell you what it is about a spirit box, but it makes me physically sick. I get nauseous and I get lightheaded and like vertigo, where when I try to leave the room, I'm hanging onto the walls because I feel like I may fall over at any given point, you know?
Hey, Allison, thank you. They used to do that to me, and I built it up little by little over time. So that's how I got past the spirit box issues.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get past it all.
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with that if you can't.
And it's weird because sometimes it's not as bad as others, but then there's certain times that somebody will turn it on and it's just like, oof, it's a lot. So
yes, Mama Pat, it's like tingling, almost spider webs. It's almost a vibration. I can't explain it. It's not the same.
Like if your hand goes to sleep?
Kind of, but not really. Like you can still feel everything, but with the same tingly thing. Yeah. It's very weird. But I can just feel it, and I can say sometimes it's so high, I can be like, where's the EMF? Where's the millimeter? Get something, because the EMF is so high here, don't even bother investigating.
You guys are like your own little EMF meters, you and Mama Pat.
Only if it's really high. It's not like, for me. Excuse me, sorry.
I guess I've never really paid attention to, like, if I'm someplace and the EMF is high, if it's messing with me. The biggest thing I've ever noticed is the spirit boxes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll have to pay attention. I don't know that I've ever been places where it's consistently high, though. I know, like, we were down at the Mason house one time, and we were sitting, and we had 3 different meters on the table. I want to say there was a regular K2, one of the old K2s, and a Mel meter, I think. And they were consistently going off, all 3 of them. It was, and in response to questions, it was cool. It was one of the coolest things that we had. And but yeah, we had some really, really high spikes with that one.
Yeah.
But they didn't last very long, so I don't know even, no matter how high it got, with them just kind of bouncing up there for a second or two and going back down, I don't know that they'd have affected, you know.
But then I wonder, well, if it's not happening all the time and it's just happened, why? Like, if it was electrical, it would be all the time. So
and that's my question. No, I get that totally, because that's my question with the spirit box, is why sometimes does it mess with me and other times I'm fine.
Yeah. Same thing. Yeah. There was one place, and I will not speak of it publicly. We went to a multi-building location. Like, on property, there was more than 2 buildings. And it was, I always screw this up, but I walked in, and it was that effect of that amusement park.
Vertigo, kind of.
It just, everything was off. And from the inside to the outside of this, just one of the buildings, the EMF was through the roof. Like, I don't know, there's no way anybody could even live there. Like, I don't know how people, and so yeah, you think the devil's talking to you. That's how high the EMF was. That I said, nope, I refuse to investigate here.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, see, I've never been any place that had that consistently high.
Every device we use to measure, boom, like it pinned inside and outside the building. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So how can you actually investigate and get real results without questioning whether it's EMF or not EMF?
Yeah, and I don't know that you could, very honestly, because, I mean, we all know that can mess with your senses and make you hallucinate and hear things and see things, and so how would you ever know what would be real? And you have to throw half your tools out because it's going to mess with them, so, yeah, that would be a tough one.
Yeah. So
that would definitely be a tough one.
And it was gross and dirty, and there was bugs and bees.
Aww.
So, like, it was an easy decision.
What is the worst place you've ever investigated as far as, like, safety and disgusting and just, ew, you couldn't wait to get out of there because of the physical aspects of it?
That place that I can't mention.
Okay. I'm trying to think.
Because danger happens all the time. We choose to do it, so, you know.
Yeah. I think there's been 2 different places, and neither one of them were completely, oh my God, I've got to get out of here. But, like, one of them had a case of mold that was, at one point, not very well taken care of.
Yeah, see.
And that one always kind of weirded me out, and I was always, like, so cautious. Don't touch the walls. Don't sit down on things. Don't, you know.
Yeah.
But the other one was, it was an old schoolhouse, and it's torn down now, but you could walk up the center of the schoolhouse, you could go up the stairs, and you could walk down the hallway between the rooms because it was all solid concrete floors. But if you stepped off into any of the classrooms, they had old wood floors that had all rotted away. So at any given moment, you could plummet to your death. That was probably the one that, even though I know that we were walking on cement, it just made me nervous. Because I'm like, if the floors all around me are crumbling, is this one going to crumble under me too? You know?
I'll take danger over bugs and insects and rodents and animals in general.
Yeah.
At least it's your own fault. You can watch, like, you know. Heaven forbid the person that is with me when there's a snake that comes out.
See, and I could almost handle a snake better than some things. I mean...
Nope.
I'm trying to think what's been the scariest, like, animal thing. Bats would be my worst.
Yeah, we had a bat fly through right between a bunch of us at Wilson Castle, up in the attic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably, and I was going to say, that's kind of weird timing. I say probably I've ever been from an animal actually happened when I was at Pennhurst, and Darren had just mentioned Pennhurst. We were walking between 2 of the buildings, and it's nighttime, of course, and it's dark, and it's creepy, and it's a little misty, and all of a sudden, about maybe 50 feet away from me on my right-hand side, there comes this screaming out of the woods, just a high-pitched scream. And we all stopped dead in our tracks, like, what in the hell is that noise? And then it'd do it again, and it'd do it again. And finally my brain kicked in, and I'm like, that's a fox. But it is terrifying when you're walking along in the dark in a place like Pennhurst, and all of a sudden they're screaming right beside you. We never did see them, but yeah, that's not what made me almost piss myself at Pennhurst, though. That was some stupid little Halloween decoration about made me have a cardiac.
I love when that happens.
Oh, I just, you know, I knew that they did a haunted house there, but we weren't in the buildings where they did the haunted houses. And I had wandered off down a hallway by myself, which I have a tendency to do. And I'm looking down these creepy-ass hallways to try to see what's down all of them, and I peeked between this door, and there's this ghoul thing behind it. Yeah. I about lost it. It was a good time.
I can't wait to get back to Pennhurst.
I would love to get back to Pennhurst.
Oh, me too.
We'd have to get a group of people together for that one, because that was pricey.
No, wait a minute. I've never been to Pennhurst. I want to go to Pennhurst. Eastern State Penitentiary is what I was thinking of.
I want to go there, too.
Pennhurst is my top location I want to go to.
Pennhurst and Trans-Allegheny.
I got invited to go there this year. Don't know if I can go, but...
I volunteer as tribute.
It all depends on COVID and money and...
I hear ya. Yeah. Now, we've got Trans-Allegheny that we'd love to, and I want to go back to Pennhurst. I feel bad because when I was at Pennhurst with River to River Paranormal, they're the ones that invited me out there. Thank you, girls. It was so cool.
Hey, girls, look me up. No, kidding. Sorry.
They're an amazing group of girls. I don't know that I've ever really talked about them much, but...
to me personally, yes, but I don't think on a show.
Yeah, so it's a group out of Iowa for the most part. I believe they're all technically in Iowa, but they're river to river because they're spread throughout the state. Just a really, really good group of investigators. I have so much respect for them. They are they're hardcore and they are serious about it and they debunk stuff and they are organized, and I love going on investigations with them. They're so good.
Can you talk about them for me? I gotta step away. Sorry. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Sorry.
I got it. Okay. So yeah, great group of gals. But I went out to Pennhurst with them, and it was hard, and we did investigate. Don't get me wrong. I feel like I let them down though, because I know part of the reason they asked me to come along, not just because we're friends, but they wanted to have a medium there with them too. And I feel like I let them down because I was in so much awe over being there. There were so many times that I caught myself going, I'm at Pennhurst, that I don't feel like I investigated it as well as I should have, or that I don't want to say that I wasn't taking it seriously, but it was hard to take it seriously because my inner 12-year-old, I'm at Pennhurst, was kicking in. So I definitely need to go back sometime, and hopefully that sense of excitement won't get in the way of investigating this time. But, I think one of the things I would say about being able to do these shows and the shows that I've done and just going to a bunch of Paracons and everything, we've had the opportunity to meet so many amazing people. And especially like doing this show and my own show, The Traveler's Moon, that we do on Wednesday, and Realm Walker before that, we've got to meet people from all over the country and hear about different locations from all over the country, and just really, build that paranormal network, that paranormal family. And I don't know. If I had to say what my favorite part of doing all this would be, that would probably be it. It's been fun. It's been nice to get that chance, to get that opportunity where maybe we wouldn't have had it otherwise. So, anywho.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're all good. But yeah, we've met a lot of cool people. And I am lucky being in the Midwest. I know Shay and I have talked about this a million times, but we've got so many cool locations here in the Midwest, and we've got so many cool people and great teams, and teams that I have a lot of respect for. But with that said, I am still super jealous of you people out on the East Coast and all the cool places that you guys have out there.
Oh, I'm jealous of you guys. We have different types of locations, but I think the difference is some reason, to me at least, it seems our prices are so much higher, like insane. That's why we don't do many paid places. They're like crazy high.
Well, and part of that, I think, is because of the size of it, though. Think about a place like Pennhurst, for example, how big that is.
Yeah.
You can easily take a group of 10 out there and you could all investigate and never run into each other, or someplace like Trans-Allegheny or Eastern State, but you go into a place like Villisca, you can't have that many people in there. You get more than 4, it gets a little crowded. 6 is max. So, but we definitely have some places that are expensive here too. And unfortunately, as places get more popular, the price goes up.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, I was born and raised in Massachusetts, and I still haven't been to the Lizzie Borden house.
Oh my God, I wanted to buy that so bad.
Well, just to rent it, I can't afford it. Never mind buy it.
It's like $2,000 a night to rent it.
It's crazy.
Who can afford that? Seriously, who can afford that?
No.
I don't know. But when I saw that it was up for sale, not kidding, Chris and I sat down and had a serious conversation about it. And I think had it been closer, we maybe would have tried to figure out how to put a bid on it.
Yeah.
But have it being out on the East Coast and us stuck here in the middle of the country.
Right.
I didn't know how we'd ever manage running it, but that would have been so cool. That would have been so cool.
It would. Did it sell? Did it finally sell?
I don't know. I haven't heard.
See, I see those, and because, number one, even if I want to, I'm not in a position to buy anything right now. Or probably ever, let's be honest.
Oh, I don't know that I'd ever gotten approved for something like that either. But
I already know I can't even try. No, I already know. So I don't even look like the Amityville house has been up for sale how many times? Which most of the time it's not even true. So I don't even bother looking.
I did the math. Like if the loan was $2 million, and then I kind of guesstimated like what taxes and insurance would be, and then what does that work out to a monthly mortgage payment, and how many nights would I have to rent it out at how much money? I mean, I started crunching numbers.
Hey, I know some people close to the area that could run it for you.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know even if I found someone to manage it that I.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
No, but seriously, I thought about it. I was starting to think, who do I know out that direction that could and would be willing to do that for me? But it was astronomical because, like,
and Massachusetts is known for its taxes, so you got to be careful.
See, I didn't go as far as like looking.
Oh yeah, Massachusetts is high tax.
It was crazy. I mean, it's no wonder they charge as much as they do, because the mortgage payment on a $2 million house is going to be like $60,000.
I doubt they bought it for $2 million.
I don't. Oh no, the people who bought it last, they got it for like $900,000. I think it said.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't know. We'd have to see. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it if the price comes down.
Darren just said last time it was $3 million and it sold for $600,000.
Now $600,000, I might be willing to seriously think about that one.
That's what you would buy a decent house in Massachusetts for. So.
Yeah. See, and then I just reach out to Shay, and she goes and she moves and lives close and manages it for me. And
hey, I can live right there rent free. There's plenty of bedrooms.
Sure.
Yeah. See.
Sure. I mean, it'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen? Axe murders.
Hey, you know, it's karma coming back around to me.
All right. Well, Darren, you keep an eye on it for me, and if you see that price dropping, you let me know. Because, all seriousness, I have thought more than once I will own a haunted location before I die.
Oh, I would love to, but it's.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of where and what and how do I manage it? Because honestly, there was another one that I was looking at that was far closer that I seriously thought about.
Oh, really?
And if I could have figured out how to manage it without me having to move, I'd have done it. Oh, look at that baby.
She really looks like a baby in my arms, doesn't she?
She really does.
Yep.
And you may not notice it, but you rock on occasion, like you're rocking a baby.
Yeah, because I can feel her shivering, so I'm rocking her like a baby to.
Darren, don't make me arm wrestle you for Lizzie Borden. It won't go well.
Oh, I'm just trying to do it. It would have been. See, even Nick says that would have been cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
that's it. All you Iowan people that are trying to get me to come visit, you guys just need to chip in, buy a haunted location here, and then you guys can all visit me here.
There you go.
Because it's so much easier for 10 people to travel halfway across the U.S. than for me to just get there.
You know, it's fine.
Yeah. I will get there later.
Go ahead.
Oh, did you
freeze? We're both just sitting here staring at each other. No, I was waiting for you to keep talking.
Oh, I thought you froze.
Oh, no. I'd stopped talking because you had started talking and, you know.
Eventually I will get there.
We will get her here. It will happen.
I will.
As soon as Kelly is not broke, I'll figure out how to make this happen.
Yeah, don't wait for me not to be broke because that ain't happening.
God. This damn pandemic needs to be done.
I think I got 2 more years of hardship. Then Kate will graduate college and I can live in a car that I don't own yet. Or a trailer.
Live in a car?
Somewhere to save money, yeah. And then I can travel everywhere.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
I didn't mean like a homeless person. I mean, I could end up homeless. You never know. But I mean like so I could travel from place to place and.
Gotcha. So. No, that's my retirement plan is at some point I'm going to buy a haunted location and I will live out my retirement years managing that haunted location and traveling and seeing all sorts of other haunted places. And
yeah, see.
That's my plan.
Yeah.
figure out how to make it happen. Haven't figured it out yet, but I will figure it out.
You got to work on that lottery idea.
I tried.
I know.
I tried.
Goddamn Chris.
Do you know? We were talking about this before the show started. I don't play the lottery hardly ever, but for those who don't know, I mean, it's been like big, like $750 million. So I played, and I was convinced I was going to win. I just will it into being, right? Chris and his negativity, he ruined it for me. He was a firm believer I wasn't going to win, and you know what? I didn't win. I blame Chris. Yep.
Ours just went for something crazy. Don't quote me, I could be wrong, but something like 700 million.
Yeah, that's the one that was the Powerball.
Oh, you got. I see it. I'm used to Tri-State ones. Yes, we have the Powerball here too. What was it? 760.
It had to have been bigger than that because what I saw said that
I knew.
If they took it in the annuity, they would get like $731 million over 29 years. And if they took it in the one lump sum, they got something like $564 million all at once.
How much?
$564 million.
I see.
Do you know what I could do with that money? Oh my God. Do you know what I could do? I would help so many people. It would be amazing.
Right? That would be, that'd be me.
Yeah. I'd be like, and you never pay a bill, and you never pay a bill, and you never pay a bill.
Well, help. Well, what's that saying? Give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime. So maybe a little bit, like, don't go too overblown when you win, because I know you're going to win.
We've talked about this a lot, actually. So
help charities, not people. I mean, help your peeps too. I don't mean it that way, but
no, I would give it. We've talked about this because Mom and I have played the What If lottery game forever. If I won the lottery, what I would do is I would take people who were stuck, people who were wanting to better themselves, to get a better situation in life, and had the ambition to go and do it, and I would totally set them up to say, look, here is everything you need for the next 6 months. I will take care of your housing, your school, whatever the case may be. You tell me what you need. You have 6 months to get it accomplished. At 6 months, you got to have it figured out on your own.
Yeah.
But here's your chance.
Yep.
And I would go and I would find like homeless people, and I would do the same thing and say, look, something happened. Let me help you. Yeah. I'm going to put you in a home. I'm going to buy you clothes. I'm going to whatever, same thing, and say you've got this long to get things figured out. Let me help you,
I think that's awesome.
Teach them to fish.
Yeah, you can't support them their whole lives. And that goes for everybody.
There's some people that I would take care of so they never had to work again.
Well, there's a difference between people trying and being ambitious and circumstances not work, and then there's just laziness. There's a difference.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I look at it too. There's people who, like, I'm going to pick on Mama Pat, and I know she's listening, so hopefully she doesn't get mad at me, but that woman has worked her entire life, and she has worked hard, and she's sacrificed everything to take care of everybody else.
Yep.
She would never worry for another thing in her damn life.
Yeah, see?
Ever.
But that's well-deserving. That's different. That's different than somebody crying and whining on Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Send me on a trip, do this, do that. It's totally different.
Yep.
So,
well, for what it's worth, I didn't win the Powerball, but I do have the winning Mega Ball ticket up in my purse now. So
is that what Kim's talking about?
Yep. So next time that you guys talk to me, I will be a billionaire. I will remember you.
You remember us little people?
Yep. I will remember all you peasants when I win. Yeah. I'm kidding. I am going to win. That's not what I'm kidding about, but I won't change much.
Let's see. All right. Is there any last questions? Because I just realized it's like, I can't tell if that says 9:19 or 9:29, but we went way over.
I'm going to say 9:19 for you because you're a crazy woman ahead of me. So
yes,
we're not that far over.
No, but I just, I try to keep them at an hour.
Yeah.
This just went by really quick.
It did. That's because we're sitting talking with a friend. So
it is.
I guess before we wrap up, I would just say to everybody, thank you so much for always tuning in and always supporting us. And asking questions and providing input to the things that we're talking about. And just to say thank you for asking me to be your co-host and being amazing and taking care of me and hurting me because I'm a pain in the ass and being my friend. You are an amazing person, and I am very, very lucky. So
I am the
you.
lucky one because you started off as a guest and a co-host, and you helped get me through one of the worst times in my life. And I don't want to get into it too much, but you were my first phone call.
Yeah.
And that means more to me than anything in the whole world. So it's.
I'm always.
I know, and it's a genuine love that I have for you, and I know I can feel it from you too. You know, even when we don't agree, that just makes it more fun. But
oh yeah,
you know,
oh yeah, definitely. But there's very few things we don't agree on, and that goes back to the whole fact that we share a brain. So.
Yeah, it does. But you know, I just like pointing out that it's not like I'm kissing your ass, you're kissing my ass. There's a few things we don't agree on. It never will, and that's fine. But we're just bigger people and can get past it. Like, all right, so what? You don't agree. I'm not going to cry.
I totally respect you. It doesn't change who I think you are or what I think about your intelligence level, or it doesn't make you a bad person in any way, shape, or form. We simply don't agree on some things, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to always love you anyways.
I love you too, no matter what. And next we'll be celebrating R.A.P. Kim and Allison's. They're on 89 episodes.
Woo!
So
they're going to be catching right on up with us.
Yeah. So thank you to everybody in chat. I can't exactly read it, but there's, whether you listen to the show now, whether you listen to the show later, whether you don't listen to the show and you just share, I appreciate every little thing, and I appreciate the friendships I've gotten out of this more than anything else.
Definitely. That's what I was talking about when you had to step away for a minute, is just the amazing people that we've got to meet doing this.
Yeah. So I really appreciate it. So you want to give the shout outs for tonight?
Sure. Mr. Darren, Mama Deb, Mama Pat. I love that our mamas are always in here. Can we give a special shout out to our mamas? They are almost always in chat, and they support us, and they listen to our bitching, and they're there all the time. Thank you, mamas. We love you guys.
Yes, we love you, and I'm going to leave. I had such a funny comment, but I'll just leave it there. We'll be sentimental.
Now I want to know.
Well, we kind of... Are you the oldest kid?
No, I'm the youngest.
Oh, then I was going to say sorry for ruining you for JJ. You're the youngest, so you were the easiest to push out.
Or I was the worst, and she decided to stop after me because it's like, fuck no, I'm not having any more after that.
Oh, yeah, you would have thought my mother saw me and been like, oh, she's talking 8 months. Fucking, nope, I'm done. But she had 5 more after me, so.
I was a 9-pound baby. She probably thought, I am not doing this again.
My twins didn't even weigh 9 pounds put together.
Yeah, no, I was... So
you did destroy her for JJ, is what you're saying.
I may have, yeah. It's my dad's fault, though. My dad was a twin, and I don't remember the exact weights, so nobody get mad if you hear this down the road. But my dad was a twin, and I want to say something like his brother was 9 pounds and he was 8 pounds. I mean, they were full-grown big-ass babies, and there were 2 of them. It's like, no, just no. It's all my dad's fault.
Wow. So my twins were 6'2" and 3'7".
My smallest baby was 7'3". I had all 9-pound babies too. Yeah, all 9-pound babies, give or take a few ounces, and then
you were the hardest. We got it from Mama's Pat, right there.
Oh, that just hurts my feelings.
This went down a weird. You never know what's going to come out of my mouth.
You know, it's all good. It's all good.
So
did she confirm that I wrecked her for JJ?
Even with meds, you were the hardest.
Ouch.
I can't read that word.
We're just going to keep on moving then. Shouts out to Kim, Nick.
Sue. If Nick's there, Sue's in there.
Yeah, and Miss Sue. Fred, of course, thank you for tuning in tonight. For anybody who doesn't know or hasn't heard, Fred had surgery on Tuesday. Was that Tuesday? I can't remember exactly.
Somewhere around there. Yeah.
It was in the last few days. He had
maybe Wednesday. I'm not sure.
Yeah. He had a pretty major surgery. So any of y'all who are praying types or energy types, if you can send us some positive healing energy to Fred, I'm sure he would appreciate it along with all of us. But what a freaking trooper! He's doing really, really well. So sorry, I keep getting distracted. See, this is how I squirrel on like everything.
That's why I say it's somewhere in the beginning and in the middle, in case this happens, because we both do it.
Yeah.
I know Eye the Beholder is in there. I saw Mimi or Minnie, something
and
like that.
And I know I saw Allison somewhere.
Allison came in.
There she was, Allison. Yep. Yeah, if I missed anybody, sorry guys, because obviously I was squirreling hardcore as I continued to scroll through the notes here. Yes. Now I'm looking for Mom's comment to see what she said.
I can't read that big word.
And I had meds. Oh, I think that was supposed to say labor pains.
All right, that's why I couldn't read it. Okay.
I had meds that increased my labor pains. She was the hardest. Yeah. So that's all right. Save the best for last, and it was worth every ounce of pain you went through. I'm positive. So, oh, well, that's kind of funny. My sister was 7 pounds 9 ounces. I was 9 pounds 7 ounces.
My biggest baby was 7'6", and that was my oldest. They all went down from size.
My smallest baby was 7'3".
Oh my God!
Yeah, Madeline was 7'3", and then I had 2 of my boys. One of them was 8'12", 8'13", and 9'1".
So you wanted a personal episode. You got one, Kelly.
Yeah, we just grow big babies.
Yeah.
Big, healthy toddler babies.
Yeah. Mine 7'6", like.
Oh.
7'6",
no.
6'9", 6'2", 3'7", and then Kate was 5'3". So
I lied. That was not me and my sister. That was my dad and his twin.
I thought so.
So my dad was 7 pounds 9 ounces, and Roy would have been 9 pounds 7 ounces. That is what, 17 pounds of baby. Jesus.
No, that's crazy.
That's a lot of baby. A whole lot of baby.
Yeah, it's like.
Anyways.
Yeah.
It's my dad's fault. We grow big ass babies. Yeah. I'm done having big ass babies though, so this is what I know. Anyway, we have squirreled way off course.
Hey.
Miss Shay, congratulations on 100 shows.
To us.
You are amazing.
To us.
And you started it though, so let's yeah, to us. But you started this whole big thing. Without you, there would be no Shay's Paranormal Chat. So there you go.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody, especially the last year. So, on that note, I just want to say, Kelly, I love you.
I love you too. Thank you, everybody, for listening. We appreciate you. We love you guys too.
Good night, guys.